Ladies and gentlemen, James Elroy.
I am the author of 19 books, masterpieces all. They precede all my future masterpieces. These books will leave you reamed, steamed, and dry cleaned, dried, dyed, and swept to the side, screwed, blued, tattooed, and bafangooed. These are books for the whole fucking family. If the name of your family is the Manson family. If each and every one of you buy 1,000 copies of my new novel, Perfidia, tonight, you will be able to have unlimited sex with each and every person on this earth that you desire every night for the rest of your lives. If each and every one of you buy 2,000 copies of my new novel, Perfidia, tonight, you will be able to have unlimited sex with each and every person on this earth that you desire every night for the rest of your lives, and still get into heaven as the result of a special dispensation signed by me, the Reverend Elroy. If each and every one of you buy 3,000 copies of my new novel, Perfidia, tonight, you get the sex, you get into heaven, and for the first time in world history, Sunset Boulevard will rule the world. You heard it here first, off the record, on the QT, and very hush, hush works of art. I don't think there's one single film noir that stands as a complete cinematic work of art. So let's put noir in the shitter right at the beginning. And let's reject the notion that I'm a noir writer. I'm just a dipshit from LA.
You know, I get that. Should we have our first fight now? Yeah. No, I mean, that's one definition of noir, right? I mean, the other definition of noir is much broader. That is, there's the narrow cinematic one, there's a much broader one in which it encompasses all of crime fiction, basically.
See, you said it there. Yeah. We're not going to disagree.
Yeah.
When people say noir, they're really saying the hard-boiled canon.
Yes, exactly. Do you see yourself as part of the hard-boiled canon?
I came out of the hard-boiled canon and became something else. People ask me if I'm pissed off that I'm considered a crime writer, and I have to say, no. It's not that I've done something that people like Raymond Chandler and Dashiell Hammett, James M. Cain, Ross MacDonald, Joseph Wambaugh, Los Angeles policemen turned novelists, my illustrious predecessors have done. I haven't exceeded them in many ways at levels of style and characterization, but I have physically become something that none of them have been. I've become a historical and a political novelist, and I've merged the crime novel with two larger constructions.
Yeah.
So physically, I'm something else.
Absolutely. Although, but when you quote Anne Sexton, and I mean, you're obviously reading a little bit outside of that, outside of the crime canon.
You ever seen pictures of Anne Sexton? They'll make you want to read the poetry. I have gone out, a possessed witch, braver at night, dreaming evil. I have done my hitch over the dark houses, light by light. Only thing, 12-fingered out of mind. A woman like that is not a woman quite. I have been her kind. Anne Sexton.
Yeah.
She offed herself.
Yeah.
I wanted to say, retrospectively, Annie, sister, sit down. It wasn't that bad. Yeah, it was. I found you, oh, love was my life, in somebody else's arms.
Yeah.
It's a, he done me wrong, she done me wrong, Life is fucked up song. Doesn't it hurt? And isn't it good? Like a motherfucker. It's just one of those songs that gets under your skin. So what happened on December 7th, 1941? I'll tell you. The fucking Japs bombed fucking Pearl Harbor, and America is in the shit fucking big time. And everybody's hopped up, looking to get loved, looking to get laid, looking to enlist, looking to fight the fascist beast, and everybody is in love, or at least fixated on 2, 3, 4 people simultaneously. Perfidia is perfidy, which is betrayal in Spanish. This is a love-starved, love-sick book that describes history as a state of yearning. And I am, frankly, a yearning motherfucker. And what do I yearn for? I yearn for why can't I find a real man to stand up to me? Because any man who stood up to you would be given the gate by you in about a second and a half. She begged the question, then she answered it herself, and I realized I had everything I needed.
It's interesting that you mentioned this is your most Christian book. The Catholics in it seem to be not particularly religious people themselves.
They are devoutly religious. They are at war within themselves in the Christian manner, good and evil. When they acquiesce to God's will, they are capable of decency and kindness and self-sacrifice. When they deny the fire of God within them, they do horrible things. And William H. Parker is a man of considerable conscience when compared to W. Smith. I'm not a Catholic, I'm a Protestant. I'm the son of the Reformation. In fact, many people have pointed out my own tendency for piety and profligacy, and have posited that in a prior lifetime I was Martin Luther. And I do nothing to dispel this in people. In fact, I have a Luther balcony outside my office, and I often go and inveigh to my hedonistic Hollywood Hills neighbors. I have been served with a piece of paper. Let me tell you about it. It comes to me from a latrine called Rome, that seat of the devil's own sweet empire. It is signed beneath the seal of the fisherman's ring by one fat midden cock known as Leo, also known to you as His Holiness the Pope. I have spoken with God, and He has told me there can be no deals with this fat midden cock. And as for this piece of paper, it is going to burn in hell, and so are the balls of the Medicis. It's not mine, it's John Osborne's.
And so the Archbishop, this is what explains the character of the Archbishop.
Yeah, Archbishop, yeah.
And it explains...
For 54 years now, Ludwig van Beethoven, the single greatest artist ever spawned by civilization, and I have been as one. Beethoven, they call him the German Elroy. More seriously, you want to get a young boy with an artistic bent and our big artistic dreams hooked on a role model, get him hooked on the best at the gate. Also, I'm entirely too competitive to ever admit that any single writer is that much greater than me. But Beethoven, there's only one explanation for Beethoven, in the gap between Beethoven and all other musicians, and it's this: divinity. His music, his courage his tortured, buffoonish psyche are as inexplicable to me as that fickle summer wind that only shallowly defies Quebec.
And many foreigners know about Los Angeles through your work. And my question is there any place in the world that is equally intriguing to you, like any other city besides Los Angeles that you think is of equal interest?
No, because I'm from here. And if I'd have been from Moose Park, Montana, or Dog Dick, Delaware, as I said in the prologue, I just got lucky. Mom and Dad hatched me in a cool locale. LA, come on vacation, go home on probation.
Although you did once say to me that LA is just the place you come back to when your wife's divorced you.
There is that. That's funny, too.
Yeah, it's
Before I go and women divorce me. I'd one on with a ginger ale and a microwave burrito. But they know some wild shit that no other reader knows. And there are people like that out there. You cannot attribute race, class, social standing, education, or profession to these people, or nationality. Every once in a while, and they tend not to go to events like this. They just stay home. They stay home with their ginger ale, their books, and their microwave burritos. Now, maybe they'll boot up a couple of porno films off the internet or something before they go to sleep and moan and groan, but they're out there. And that's the kind of kid I was, and that's the kind of reader I was. Anyway, all you fuckers out there, God bless you, and thank you for reading. Does anyone want to ask me, why do you write?
Why do you write?
In my craft or sullen art, exercised in the still night, when only the moon rages and the lovers lie abed with all their griefs in their arms, I labor by singing light, not for the strut and trade of charms upon the ivory stages, but for the common wages of their most secret art. Not for the proud man apart do I write on these spindrift pages, but for the lovers, their arms round the griefs of the ages, who pay no praise or wages, nor heed my art or craft. Dylan Thomas.
Which university?
Mount San Antonio College.
What's your master?
We are the Mountaineers.
I want to get
Like always.